My name is Amanda. I am an ICOM 201. For this course, I created a website which will inform more people about who I am and that I can show potential future employers and clients. This website shows about some of my skills and interests, my education, job experience, projects that I have worked on, some of my photography and mission and volunteer projects I have worked on. I created this website, then I came up with questions I could ask users who came to my website. In this usability survey, I asked questions from 5 different categories, which were navigation, visual, content, professionalism, and organization. The questions that I asked in the navigation section were: it was easy to move from one page to another on the website, which users can, on a scale from 1 to 5, disagree to agree. Then we have another Likert question. I know where I am at all times while on the site, again giving users another 1 to 5 scale. Then the third question asked users to rank navigation from easiest to hardest to use, which are main menu, drop-down menu, and hyperlinks. Then we have an open-ended question which asks users to go to the portfolio page, find media's influence on adolescents, then briefly explain their experience navigating the site. Then we move on to questions I asked in the visual section. The first one was, the scheme used is appropriate for the website, where again users can give a 1 to 5 rating. The content is appropriate for the website, disagree to agree. The information is easy to read, disagree to agree. Another ranking question in which users rank the pages in terms of which are the most to least visually appealing. Those pages are Home, About, Photography, Mission 2013, Mission 2015, Portfolio. Then I had another open-ended question asking users what could be changed or added to make the site more visually appealing. Those are the questions I asked under the visual section. Then we move on to contents. The first question I asked in the content section was, there is enough information presented on the site where users could disagree to agree. Then another question like that, which was, the content provided on the site was clear and understandable. Then we have another ranking question. Rank these pages in terms of which is the most helpful in learning more about Amanda, from least to most, which again, it's the pages on the website: Home, About, Photography, Mission 2013, Mission 2015, and Portfolio. And then we have another open-ended question, which is, did you feel like you learned enough about the person who created the website? Is there any other information that you would like to see added? Then we move on to professionalism, and in this category I asked, the website looks professional, disagree to agree. I learned more about Amanda's skills after looking at this site, disagree to agree. And finally, an open-ended question that says, what other information could be added or taken off the site to make it more beneficial for future employers? And then finally, our last section is organization. The first question I asked in the organization section was, the website was organized into meaningful sections, disagree to agree. Rank these pages in terms of how organized they look from most to least. Again, Home, About, Photography, Mission 2013, Mission 2015, and Portfolio. And finally, the last question I asked on the survey was, what can be changed to make this website, to make it more organized? After conducting I had 12 users look at my website and take my survey. They ranged in age between 18 and 73, with the average age of 43, and at least 75% of these users being female. After conducting the survey, I was able to take that data and turn it into an Excel spreadsheet so I could see all of the users' responses. And this is what they had to say. I found that in the navigation, all users agree that the site was easy to move from one page to another. The users also agreed that they knew where they were at all times while on the website. Also, the users found the main menu the easiest to use over the drop-down menu and hyperlinks. All users, when given the task to navigate to a certain page, they were able to get to that part of the website. When answering a question about navigation, one user said, "Easy to navigate, good information, easy to get to the destination from the main page." What can we learn from this data is that the website is easy for users to navigate, and that users can easily find where they are on the site at all times. Now we'll move on to visual. Most users agree that the color scheme and content used was appropriate for the website. All users agree that the content was easy to read. Also, users found the home page to be the most visually appealing, while they found the portfolio page to be the least visually appealing. One user thought more content should be added to the empty white spaces of the site. Another user thought the font and text should be bigger, while on the other hand, another user found some of the font and text to be too big. Another user wanted a little more color added to the white spaces. One user wanted more pictures on the About page, and another wanted an elaboration on singing in the hobby section. When answering the question about how could the site be more visually appealing, one user said, "Maybe use more of your extra white space," and another said, "Possibly more color and bold type." What I learned from this information is to look for ways to fill the empty white spaces to make them more visually appealing. Adding more pictures and videos might also be more beneficial in making the site more appealing. Those are some of the things I learned from looking at the data from this section of the survey. Next, we'll move on to content. Most users agree that there was enough information presented on the website. All users agree that the content provided on the site was clear and understandable. Also, a majority of users found the portfolio page to be the most beneficial in learning more about myself, while a majority of users found the mission page to be the least beneficial in learning more about myself. One user wanted more of my background with family information and an autobiography. Two users wanted more information on mission trips and more photography. One user wanted favorite classes added to the site. Two users wanted to see more of the singing. Another user wanted to see more participation in organizations at college. When answering the question about what other information they would like to see added to the website, one user said, "I would like to see more information about the mission trips and possibly more photography." When another user said, "I would like to see about her singing." What I learned from this information is to maybe find more information to present on the website. Maybe some of the information that could be added based on the answers from the survey could be family information, more information on mission trips, captions added to photography, and adding a section with some of my singing. Also adding a section under about participation in organizations at college. Now we move on to professionalism. A lot of users thought the site looked professional. All users felt like they learned more about my skills after looking at this site. One user thinks that a resume should be added. Another user wants to know if there is somewhere they can purchase pictures. Most users think nothing should be added or taken off the site to make it more beneficial for future employers. One user said, "Add more skills and work background." Another user said, "I think maybe posting an actual resume would be helpful for employers." When asked what could be added to the site to make it more beneficial for future employers. What I learned from this information is that I should create some sort of resume to put on the site, maybe also adding a link to photos where they can be purchased. I could also add some more information about my skills for users and potential employers to see when they visit my website. And then finally, we move on to organization. All users agree that the website was organized into meaningful sections. A majority of users found the homepage to be the most organized, while they also found the mission pages to be the least organized. 2 users think that descriptions should be added to pictures in both the photography and mission pages. All other users thought the site looked organized and nothing should be changed. 1 user said, maybe captions under the photos in your photography section when asked what changes could be made to make the site more organized. What I learned from this information is that I should find a better way to organize my mission pages by maybe adding more descriptions of the trips. Another thing that I learned is that I should add descriptions to my photography section. Now we move on to strengths. After looking at the data from the survey, some of the strengths I found on the website were users found the site easy to navigate from one section to another. Most users find the color scheme to be appropriate for the website. According to most users, the site looks very organized and it is understandable. Those are some of the strengths that I noticed in the results of the survey. Some of the weaknesses found from the data of the survey were some users thought there was too much unused white space. Another weakness of the website is the mission pages. They aren't being taken full advantage of visually, content-wise, and organization-wise. Not enough content in those white areas of the website. Those are some of the weaknesses that users found in the usability test of the website. Many opportunities were found after looking at the results of the survey. One of these opportunities is all of the white spaces, which could be filled with other information. Another opportunity found after conducting the survey is the website can be a place to show off my talents like singing, so maybe linking to those on the site would be helpful and beneficial. Users want to see more pictures, so posting more pictures to sections like about and photography might be a great thing to do. Those are some of the opportunities I found after looking at the data from this survey. Now we move on to threats. I didn't find any major threats, but I did find some minor ones. One minor threat I found was the information on the About page is not centered, which might be visually unappealing for users. The mission pages might be a threat to the website because when ranked, they had a tendency to come in last. Those are 2 of the threats I noticed when looking at the results of the survey. Some of the changes that I want to make to this website is filling in white spaces with more information, adding more videos and pictures. I want to add captions to the photography section, add more information to the mission trip pages, adding a new page just dedicated to some of my video and audio clips of me singing, and adding a resume page. I'm going to show you some of those changes that I want to make on the site right now. So this is my home page. There's not really anything I want to change about this page. Maybe add some more color right here. Maybe make it match the color scheme a little bit better. And then we move on to the About page. And this is where I was talking about all the excess white space that I want to put other information in. Maybe other pictures or some sort of border. And you can see this is where I was talking about it not being centered. So I would like to center this, or maybe even add like another category where I'd put like organizations in college or or like favorite classes or stuff like that. And then we move on to the portfolio section, and I don't think there's really anything that needs to be changed after looking at the data. Everything's pretty well organized on that page. And we have photography, which this is a page I want to change quite a bit. I want to add captions underneath all of these photos, like right here and right here. So maybe adding like quotes and a date that the photo was taken would be helpful. Because as you can see, you can add in words underneath the photos. I just didn't on the photography page. And this is the page that I want to change the most. It might be more beneficial to have pictures more spread out with captions out to the side in like paragraph form telling more about the experience. And I also want to create another separate page just for singing where I would embed YouTube videos that would show off my singing. And I don't know, I might have another title that would just be like talents and photography, and singing would be underneath that. So maybe have photography and singing as drop downs under talents. And then I would also really like to add a resume page. I don't know if I should just make that into a PDF underneath my portfolio page or in my about page, or just make that a whole new separate page. But that's another thing I want to change on the site. I am really glad that I have this website where I can show off some of my work and can continue to build, personalize, and make it into the site that can best benefit myself. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.